two, three. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
All right, everybody, welcome to Teaching Crypto. This is AZcrypto with MrFOMO. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Please don't forget to hit that like, and most importantly, we haven't done so, that subscribe button as we inch our way forward. Hopefully today's the day we get to 600, and if you could help us out, it would be greatly appreciated. MrFOMO, really quickly on Voyager. As of right now, the app is not available for withdrawals, but remember, last week they didn't open up the app to see your initial recovery amount until sometime after 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern. So I wouldn't give up on today just yet. I'm not expecting it, but I would continue to check the app, possibly your email, just to see if it does open up later today. I mean, we weren't expecting it to open up at 6 p.m. last week. And so it's not crazy. It could open up later today, although I would anticipate the later we go during the day, the less likely it'll be.
Yeah, I like I said before, just be diligent. Don't be that person that waits till tomorrow to check and misses it. And, maybe we'll pop on for a short later if it does, happen. That way we'll alert everybody, that withdrawals are available. But, I didn't anticipate it would be today. I was anticipating more towards the end of that June 20th to July 5th window. If we get it before 4th of July, I think I'll be surprised.
Well, we'll see. I think they're going to want to try to get it done before the holidays. So we'll just, like I said, have to wait and see. But you do keep it here for the latest as well. If you're waiting on that, we will keep you guys updated. I want to talk about a coin that hasn't been talked about in a while. We haven't discussed too much, and that's Theta and Theta Network. Now, you guys may or may not know they do have a partnership with Sony. And when we say partnership, you want to be careful and you don't want to kind of oversell something, right? So if you go here, this is last week, check out this incredible success story featuring Sony, our esteemed partner for years. Together, we are shaping the future of Web3 and electronics. And it goes through, and basically they've partnered up on a many different NFTs, including a 3D NFT series before. And it talks about how they've had a successful partnership and they are ready to even move on and expand that partnership. And, that got my attention to go back and take a look. I don't, personally have any Theta and see, well, okay, how is Theta doing in this bear market? And so when you look at the price chart for Theta, you're going to see it's not doing that great, which, again, might mean an opportunity here if it does rebound. If you take a look at the all-time chart, you can see right here that we're below 63 cents. And our all-time high is all the way up here, okay, in the 14 range.
It's over 90% off of its all-time highs.
Yeah. Market cap, MrFOMO, is $627 million. But the volume, 7 million, right? So that not too shabby, I guess. But it's, they one number, not that big of a deal. They only have 11,000, a little over 11,000 Twitter followers. Okay, and it's market cap. It's not like it's a tiny market cap. It's not like 62 million, but it's not extremely big either. So they've worked with Sony in the past. Seems like Sony is interested in working with them in the future, if possible. It's not like Theta Network is actually operating on any Sony TVs or anything like that. We haven't gotten to that point, but at least something you should keep on your radar. And with the market cap as low as it is, and if you look at that chart where you're getting into, and obviously you don't want to go into too many alts too soon, especially since the halving is still at least 9.5, 10 months away here. But I think it's something definitely to have on your radar for sure.
I think it is strictly because of the market cap. Now, I'm going to push back on some of the things. Live streaming, I don't know that there's a big push to incorporate blockchain. I know that Theta mentions that they working on fixing the end-to-end process for the user, and all of the other promises that blockchain brings with it, like security. But they also have a lot of competition in this space. There's competition like LivePeer, Beam, Plar. And then on top of that, you mentioned Sony being a partner. They call them partners, but from what I understand, they're actually enterprise validators. And so they're major corporation or major enterprises that are running validators on their network. So they have others like Google, Binance, Blockchain Ventures, Gumi, and Samsung as well that are enterprise validators. But we have to be careful, like you said, when we mentioned partners. And I think that was a Theta tweet that you showed, actually, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so
Part of marketing.
I always am very careful to call some of these companies partners when they say things like this, because everything that I'm reading says that they're enterprise validators, not necessarily partners on the live streaming end of the business. So I'm nervous about the way that they characterize it versus what it actually is, and we'll have to find out more about that. My other concern with Theta is the amount of whale holdings. From what I can gather, the whales hold over 70% of the Theta that's circulating. And so that's not necessarily a horrible thing, but it just means when you see a price spike, there is going to be a lot of sell pressure, right? There's going to be a lot of people with a lot of money that want to get rid of it fast.
And
So you have to be able to get rid of your Theta fast too.
and so looking at that chart, they would not be selling right now, obviously.
No. Nobody with a whale wallet is selling right now, right? Not 96%.
But you get a 2, 3, 4x in a matter of weeks, and these kind of tokens
Absolutely. And this, because it's so far off the all-time high, because of the low market cap, because there's I had 3 or 4 main competitors in this market, I'd say that it's probably a good way to go. But here I'll show you one of their other competitors, if I can get it to come up. Here we got LivePeer here with $110 million market cap, and a similar situation. They're live streaming service using blockchain. So there are other competitors out there. So that worries me about Theta. But again, you mentioned that low market cap. You mentioned their all-time highs, and we'll look here on LivePeer. You've also got a huge spike in the all-time high of LivePeer here. So, sorry. So you've got other opportunities within this space. So be careful. And as I mentioned about the whale wallets, make sure that when it does spike in price, you pull the trigger and take your profits as soon as possible.
Yeah, remember what we talked about. You got to use these to your advantage. These are not things you hold for months and months and months, unless you're buying now, anticipating a spike in several months. But you got to be ready to pull the trigger, and you got to be paying attention for sure. This is not like buying Bitcoin or even Ethereum or
And even those, they have their times where it's time to
absolutely
move those tokens.
Absolutely. But yeah, you got to be ready, because if you miss a spot, we'll do a show about lessons learned in the past bull run. But when you have a token that you own and there's a huge spike, instead of celebrating and throwing out tweets and instant messages, you should be swiping and taking profits, because the next day, 24, 48 hours, someone else's token is running during the bull market and it's not yours. And if you haven't taken advantage of it, well,
someone's going to dump on your head. That's what's going to happen. Right. You if you're standing there holding the bag, someone's going to dump on your head.
The reality is,
if the whale holdings number in the 70%, or above 70%.
That's a great point. That probably does mean, though, we will get some type of spike sometime to build up to the bull run. And when there is, not financial advice, that would be an excellent time to consider exiting. You wanted to warn the audience about a token that's trending on CoinMarketCap and on Twitter that you think is already kind of past its prime, and that these type of tokens, they might be hot for 24 hours and then they might really be dangerous to get into. So go ahead and tell us about what you found.
All right, so there's a new meme coin that is trying to piggyback on the success of Pepe coin, and you should be seeing it here on your screen now. It's called Robopepe, and if I had to give them a few compliments, I'd say the writing here is the writing and the creativity here are pretty good. But as far as like the graphics and stuff, some of this is barely readable up here. And this guy's not really moving, so the website I'm not really high on, but the tokenomics, they have some good things in here. 0% buy sell tax. They only have $1 billion or $1 billion in total supply. They say all the right things about things like liquidity locked forever, or the 20% initial burn. And they say one thing here: ownership renounced. And what they're trying to say is that they're decentralized. But what they're really getting at is there's no team to mention here anywhere on this website, right? If you go up here, there's all these different things, but it's not necessarily anything that is going to help you find out who's running this project. Now, as far as I can tell, they are somewhere in phase 1, getting ready to, I guess, push their big marketing campaigns. But staking is the only thing that is live now. There's no NFT market, which they mention is a big part of their business. That is not up and running yet. There's no play to earn, which they say they're going to revolutionize. That's
There's
not
some red flags yet. Right there.
Right. And then they mention AI and machine learning, but it's not that they are partnered with anybody. They don't mention anybody like ChatGPT. They're actually asking AI and machine learning researchers and developers to create within Robopepe's blockchain once they get to that point. So they brag about AI and machine learning being a big part of their business model, but not only do they not have a partnership or anyone working on that right now, they also don't have. That's not part of their plan. What they are going to do is invite other people to do that for them once they get up and running, if they get up and running, right? And so now let me share. So I really don't need to see the white paper, but if you go down to the bottom of that website and you click, they have an Etherscan link. And this is the biggest problem that I found. Okay. I'm going to share you what shows up when you click their Etherscan link. So this is what shows up, right? It looks like a legitimate token. It looks like Etherscan has gone through their blockchain. We've got all these transactions that are executed, swaps that are executed, right? So you can see that. But then if I go to Etherscan myself and I type in Robopepe, this is what comes up.
Not good.
So it seems like they've spoofed the Etherscan website to show that they have had an Etherscan when they haven't. Now, if they can show me where I'm going wrong on here, or somebody can contact me and show me where I'm going wrong here, I'd love to see it. But this looks like they've done a lot of gymnastics to create a really elaborate website, or a kind of elaborate website, but an elaborate spoof website. And these are all red flags. No,
very
team.
Possible they paid someone to create the website. And,
right. You've got no team, no founders, nobody to contact, no people to mention. And they say they mention ownership renounced, but that's just a fancy way of saying we don't want to tell you who we are.
And that's a big sign.
And then when you're clicking links that say they take you to Etherscan, but then you go directly to Etherscan and you can't find that same page, that's a huge red flag. It's probably an incoming rug pull, and I would stay far, far away from that.
Yeah, great. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Slim, nope, no transfers yet. But again, keep it here. Keep checking the app and keep checking your email, because it could happen at any time. That's the reality. Just don't know. Could be 6 p.m. today. Could be sometime next week.
July 5th.
hopefully, hopefully there's some type of communication ahead of time. Remember last time the app just opened for the initial withdrawal amount. There was
Yeah,
no.
and I think whoever notices it, you or I first, we should probably pop onto YouTube for a short something just to alert the viewers that this is going down and they need to jump on the app and execute their
Yeah,
plan.
and who knows if you're gonna be able to do it right away. They hinted that there might be delays. So you
And
might.
remember, you have different addresses for your different cryptos. If you're sending Bitcoin and Ethereum and USDC, you're not sending all of those things to the same address. Do make sure that you go through and you're copying and pasting the correct address for the correct crypto when you do finally do this, if
Might be
that's the
very
way you're
careful.
going this. But if you have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDC on Voyager, you're going to have to execute at least 3 separate transactions. So don't think you're just going to copy one wallet address and then be able to send them all to that same thing just because you're working with Coinbase or OKCoin or whatever else. You actually have to execute 3 separate transactions. So don't forget that.
Yep, that's extremely important. We'll keep you guys updated here. Again, really appreciate your support. If you haven't done so, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated. For Mr. FOMO, this is AZcrypto. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
See you guys. The graphics are killing me.